PEGI 6.
Hello, I'm Filippo from Nintendo of Europe, and we're about to show you affordable space adventures.
Hi, I'm Kay from Knapknock Games, and I'm an assistant game designer on Affordable Space Adventures.
Hey, I'm Niklas from Niflas Games, and I'm the director and designer of Affordable Space Adventures.
So, before we show you an advanced level of the game, we wanted to give you a bit of an introduction on what the game is all about. And here you can see how the game starts and the intro of the game.
You can be a professional space explorer. Let You Explore provide you with a cheap but functional spaceship equipped with everything you could possibly need on an alien world. We call it small craft. But how do I find an alien world? We've already found one for you. We've named it Spectaculon. It's located 23 light years away. It's safe, beautiful, alluring, amazing.
Okay, so we're about to see a cooperative level. And can you tell me a bit about how the roles are divided, which parts of the ship are being controlled by whom?
So you're the engineer, and you're controlling the internal systems on the gamepad, which directly affects how I'm controlling the ship as the navigator. And so the gameplay for me is much like a sort of regular flying around game.
Okay.
And Nicholas is controlling the flashlight, scanner, and flares.
Yeah, so I can shoot flares like this, and I can scan stuff.
Okay. You're our eyes, basically.
Yeah, I also, whatever direction I look with the flashlight is also scrolling the screen a bit ahead.
Okay, and I'm responsible for all the ship systems, so this is gonna be easy.
Yes.
Well, I'll start with the electric engine.
Yep. So now I can move around.
But this also means that I can mess with you a little if I increase the anti-gravity or decrease it.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna scan this thing, and I can try to shoot it. Ooh.
But you only shoot flares, right? In the
Yeah,
game?
Yes.
it's not really
And,
that powerful.
It doesn't really help very much. Well, not in this situation at least. So right now we have this guy. If I go in here, like this, of course. So we need to work out how to get past him. So.
So it's very sensitive to heat and also to electricity. But I can see he has like a circle around him that changes when you move the ship. Is that like his sensitivity range, basically?
Yeah, so when it peaks and it's red, then that means you're over his limit. And you see there's kind of this little paler dial thing. That shows you kind of how much over the limit you are.
Okay.
So the wider that is, then the more over the limit you are. And you can see whenever I move, I'm over the limit, and when I stop, I'm under the limit. And
so you can just use inertia.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, if we were on the fuel engine, we wouldn't be able to move. Like, the fuel engine doesn't glide, but as we're on the electric engine here, we can just glide past this guy, and well, we're going to go above him, but maybe if you turn off the engine, it will be sorted out.
Okay, so I'll turn off the engine, you were just going to fall.
Yeah, and
down again.
Whoop! And we
Okay.
did a nice little flip there.
Yeah.
And then we just avoided these creepy tentacle things down here.
And like basically if they hug you, they would destroy the ship, but the light seems to scare them.
Yeah, if
Yes.
I move the light away, they're
They were
gonna
gonna-
straight
Oh,
up
yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
yeah. No, let's not do that.
Let's not do that. Okay, let's continue on. So we have these guys who don't like me moving by the looks of things.
Yeah, they're also they have the same kind of range of sensitivity, so it's both electricity and heat is what they don't like. But fortunately,
No, but yeah. So now it's trickier for us to glide past these guys because we now need to glide up. But we have this anti-gravity system. So if you turn on the engine, I'm floating, but up just from the kind of inertia of the ship flipping and up. But if you turn the anti-gravity to 4,
oh yeah, you go.
then
much
you can
faster.
see that I'm going up fast enough that when I hit the wall, the friction doesn't stop me.
Okay.
Can I have the scanner?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, and those guys turn off all your systems, which is why the scanner was turned off.
Okay, so this one is sound, and sound, actually everything produces a little bit of sound, so I guess I would simply just decrease everything to a minimum.
You should only really need to decrease the thruster to 1. That means you can fly without ever making
the
sound.
sound is...
So now I move very slowly.
Yeah.
But
and that's also a
You
problem
can't
with those
see me.
tentacles.
hello. Oh.
I'll
Yes.
take care of this.
So as long as Nicholas knows what he's doing, then hopefully the tentacles won't eat us.
Yeah, exactly. And here's another one on the same configuration. So
Yeah.
we just keep flying. Oh, there's a horn button actually. If I press that, then I guess you try pressing the minus button. It's pretty cool.
Oh! That was the horn, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I pressed it.
Oh yeah, it's A on this one, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Toot.
Yeah. So all of us can actually press the horn. But
That's the one control that everybody has on his controls.
yeah. And it's quite fun in multiplayer to press the horn, because if somebody's not paying attention, you can like honk your horn at them and then let them know you want.
Of course, this is a terrible place to do that in.
And now the systems have reset. So now if I can't.
Oh,
That
sorry.
was
I forgot to put the thruster back to 1,
Yeah.
but you got past that anyway.
yeah. Oh, now I'm moving slowly. Now that we don't need it. But
Okay, back to 3.
okay, so now we have 2 pillars to to deal with, and okay, this safe one we can't get through, but we can at least see what we have to deal with down here.
Okay.
And so there's a drop with some tentacles.
At the end. So
So we have 2 options here actually. The super top secret internal name for this level is falling slowly, but most people fall quickly.
yeah, actually, I would simply deactivate the engine
Yeah.
and then try to reactivate them at the last moment.
But let's try the actual one.
Yeah.
Can you explain it? How to actually do it?
Basically, you just lower the anti-gravity a little bit.
And I leave everything else like
Yeah.
this? Okay, so I just put it to 2.
And then we just glide nicely past.
Oh, that's very gentle
Yeah.
and nice. Like, I usually sweat a little when playing through this part.
Yeah. I mean, a much more common solution is to turn off the engine.
Yeah.
just
As
to fall
we've
through
stopped
the
here,
whole
let's do the other solution of just turning off the engine.
So, and
Just make sure you turn it back on again before we reach the tentacles.
okay.
Yep.
thing. Nice.
And that's the end of this level. After this brief introduction, I wanted to show something much more advanced. I want to show how the ship actually has many additional features, and how passing each level becomes really a challenge. You have to think about what you're doing. So I'm scanning these robots so I know how far they can see.
Yeah, so with this one, the trick is to hit the second button first, and then you don't have to deal with this laser spinning around, and then you can kind of more calmly take the first button. Well, I mean, you can hit the first button now if you want, but it's more tricky.
Nah, I'll not do that. You designed this level, right, Kay?
Yeah, this was actually the first level I designed when I joined the project, and so I was kind of designing this level as I was learning how to play the game in the first place, because I'd also never played it before.
Wow.
I was working in the same office, but like working on different projects all the time, and so I like, for instance, the spinning things here was an object that Nicholas had made for a previous level, and I just experimented with like putting lasers on them and sort of how they react to colliding with other objects, because they're actually physics objects.
Mm-hmm.
So as you'll experience in the next puzzle, it's very much based on when I was just playing around and accidentally dropped a box like in front of one of them, and then it stopped moving.
Okay.
And I was just like, I could use that for something.
So now I activate the sticky landing gear so they can pull up this box.
Yeah.
And actually the electric engine is not really strong, so it doesn't make me move very fast. So I'll use the fuel engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you even put a bit of mass generator on?
So if you change the mass generator to 3, you'll also have be stronger as well.
I didn't know that.
That's a nice trick.
I'll try now to drop the box.
Yeah. And if you're sneaky, you can
Nice.
sneak through that.
Yes. And now the laser will be blocked. So I'll actually go back to the electric engine. It makes me feel safer.
Yeah.
And on to the next part of this puzzle.
Yeah, so you need to go through this tunnel, and previously if you attempted it while the laser was spinning, then you would have, because they detect quite a lot, the only way to get through there is moving very slowly, and you wouldn't have been quick enough to dodge the laser.
So yeah, actually they are quite sensitive to sound and heat and not so much to electricity. So I'll lower the decelerator so I can just glide through and remove the anti-gravity because I don't really need it at the moment, and lower the thrust. So the indicator is telling that I should be able to go unseen. I'll activate the slider landing gear so that when I'm on the tunnel I can simply press once and I'll keep on sliding a little bit, but not exactly once, but I'll slide. And
then watch out for that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh!
Just my way.
Enemies don't really react to flares. They're,
Yeah.
It's not really a good weapon.
No.
Okay. Oof. Made it through this. So I'll reactivate all the features of the electric engine and remove the slider. Now, many rotating lasers.
Yeah, this is a tricky part.
I guess I have to hit that one above me and then the one up to the left. Go now. No. I'm glad that if I go back, the button stays pressed.
Yeah.
You've been quite generous with this check
yeah.
next time. So I'll go on the back side. Oh. I can probably hit that with a laser, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So that last button turned off one of these side lasers on the spinning object. So if you time it right, you have a lot more time now. So if you go around, you can.
But I cannot. I still have to hit it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I have to hit it with a flare. I cannot.
Yeah. So now you can't actually go and hit it with the ship. So
So what to try?
Yeah, there's some pretty good angles. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Okay. And usually what I always do at this part is I forget that there's another robot up there and get brutally shot.
Yeah, it's a bit hidden.
Yeah, but that was on purpose.
Yeah, of course.
So
Now I'll turn on the fuel engine because this guy is quite sensitive to electricity, and I have to deactivate the stabilizer.
so now your ship wobbles about.
Yeah, if I'm not touching any button, it's quite unstable.
Yeah, I should mention that in local multiplayer, early on when you, before you even get the stabilizer, it's actually a good trick the game does to teach players to communicate to each other. So in local multiplayer, the ship is going to wobble around by itself, and the engineer is not going to have any idea why the pilot is flying around like crazy, and the pilot is not going to know why the ship is so unstable, and then they have to talk to figure out that they both have to.
The engineer has to fix the pilot's problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so on to the last part. I have to avoid the horizontal laser and shoot the button. Yes.
Nice.
And now I can simply drop.
No, oh, yes, it's okay.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah,
So,
it went flat. So, and that's the end of this level.
Nice.
Thank you guys for helping me guiding your ship's control.
Oh, thanks. You're an excellent engineer.
This was Affordable Space Adventure. You can find it exclusively on Wii U on the Nintendo eShop. Do you have some final comment for our viewers?
Yeah, I hope you can join us soon for your own affordable space adventure.
Yeah, and remember to fly safely.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.